Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here. Oh, sorry. I thought I dropped something, but I found it. Bringing some more Steins Gate. In the previous part, we learned why Nay went all batshit crazy on us, and we also got back to the original. We are back to the original world line where we had the IBM 5100. But in realizing that, yes, we can cancel that D-mail talks about Creasy being dead. So, the beta world line is the one that Kurisu dies on, which is the one we were at the beginning of the game. So, yes, let's just see what happens. We are in Chapter 10. We're at the end of the game, kind of. As I explained, like I said, we'll do this, and this will give us Mayuri's ending, but then we have at least another way to get to the true ending, or we'll be going to the true ending then. Thought that I had found the solution, that everything would be alright. But the equation was meaningless. I had solved nothing. Instead, I'm left with a terrible choice. Pick Kurisu or pick Mayuri? Mayuri or Kurisu? One of them must die. Monokai is still off limits. They haven't yet repaired the hole that Suzuha's time machine made. I look down through the hole at the streets of Akiba. From up here, they look narrow and stifling. Across the way, a train rumbles by. I watch the yellow striped cars move past. I come here because I want to be alone. The day before yesterday, I abruptly canceled the attempt to hack CERN. Chris and Dara demanded an explanation, but I just couldn't give them one. The decision has paralyzed me. 2 days later, I'm still nowhere close to finding an answer. What do I do? 2 weeks ago, on July 28th, Dr. Nakabashi held a press conference on this very spot. The same day, Kurisu was murdered. Let's say we go through with the plan and delete the first email I sent, the one about Kurisu's death from CERN's database. That would return us to the beta world line, where it all began. What would happen then? According to my predictions, our friend, lab member 004, Mikishi Kurisu, would disappear. Someone who died on July 28th cannot be alive now, on August 15th. That would defy causality. A time paradox. That world line has already rejected her existence. The moment we erase the D-mail, Kurisu will cease to exist. So I am left with two options. Option 1. Hack CERN with the IBM 5100 and erase the first email sent, thus return to the beta world line. Kurisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never build a time machine and the future will be free. I'm still confused though. Like, okay, so sending that email, like, how did that prevent? Well, I guess it's because Suzuha trying to come back in time on that world line caused the presentation to be canceled, thus Kurisu didn't get stabbed and such. But then I remember in the first part when we went to the roof, there was something on top of it. I'm pretty sure that was the time machine. So instead of landing on the roof, it landed inside the building. So did we go back in time then? And like try, because she also mentioned us, like, I saw you and you were like yelling at me incoherently type thing, but we were like, I don't know who you are. So like, did we go back in time then and try to like save her? Was that it? Option 2. Don't hack CERN. Keep living here on the Alpha world line. Mayuri die, so will Miyoka and FB. Kurisu will likely be kidnapped by CERN, but at the very least she won't die. With her research, CERN will gain control of space and time, and the future will be a dystopia where no one is free. And I'm supposed to choose? Ridiculous. I choke out a laugh. How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice? There's no way. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I shouldn't care. I know I should care. Suzuha entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose which is safe. If I had given this choice back on July 28th before it all started, probably would have not hesitated to abandon Kurisu and save Mayuri. But it's not July 28th, it's August 15th. I've spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, an integral part to the lab. Make sure everything's getting recorded. And as I leap through time again and again, she was the person I relied on most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed it most. I wouldn't even have the timely machine if not for Kurisu. Thanks to her that I made it this far. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her. I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. More than anything, I want her to live. No matter what, I won't let her die. I can't choose. I can't. Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to. The choice of Steins Gate. This is how it ends. Drive my fist into the wire fence. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku, Miyoka. Is this what I sacrifice your memories for? Is there no other option? No way to save them both? What if I use Suzuha's time machine? Can I return to the Beta World Line, then use her time machine to travel to July 28th? No, that won't work. The reason Suzuha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating dystopia. That only occurs on this world line. On the Beta World Line, she'll have no reason to leap to 2010. Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Alright, then what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail? Could say don't go to Dr. Nakabashi's presentation. No, that won't work either. Remember, causality convergence. Kurisu's death is inevitable on the Beta World Line, just as Mayuri's is inevitable on this world line. No matter what I do, fate will ensure her death. There's no way. Slowly sink on the floor with my back against the fence. I can't save her. I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. Cancelled Miyoko's email. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. Might there be a chance? If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 7 and 8 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely. I understand that from all my experiences so far. Because remember, she dies of a heart attack she died in the heart attack where you canceled all but Miyoka's, and she died but via heart attack when you canceled all but Miyoka's and Lukaku's. Or Luca's, whichever name you want to use for him or her, depending on which world line you're on. But still, I can't help but cling to that hope. Mayuri and Kurisu. I can just save them both. I don't care if the future is ruled by CERN. Portrayed Suzuha's dream, that's what it takes. So please, let Mayuri live. To whom should I make this desperate plea? God? Fate? The universe itself? Either way, I'm just one insignificant human among billions. Will my prayers truly reach? I already know what the answer will be. And that knowledge, that certainty is despair. Kaimon runs for 3 days straight, from the 15th to the 17th. On last day, I go with Mayuri and stay with her from morning until Kaimon closes. It's not really my thing though, and the crowd is ridiculous. So I wait off to the side with Mayuri's bag. From time to time, Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone. That's weird. This is actually the first time I've seen it be like this. Like, that's a little more text than I imagine. Like, I think it feels a little off in my opinion. It's like, I feel like that's more room that this thing should actually have, but whatever. Like that, it's just that one last line with "I spent alone" part is like, does that really need to be there? Well, I mean, it has to be there to explain the thing, but couldn't they, like, I don't know, made it smaller or something? Not smaller, but made it like so it wasn't on that fifth line, like the fourth line. Fourth line I was okay with, but it was still kind of stretching it a bit. But I was like, what can you do? I guess. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. Ha! We're finally home! It's already dark by the time the bus drops us back at Akiba. Mayuri's dragging her costume case behind her, carrying bags covered in moe artwork and loaded with doujinshi. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. Can't believe she bought so much. Guess the reason she doesn't cosplay herself is that she's too busy shopping. Get off the bus and just stand there for a while. What are you gonna do now? Head straight home? Actually, I was thinking of going to the lab. Need something? Not really, but it's been a while since I got to relax with Orkarin. I'm a little hungry, so I'll buy some juicy chicken #1 on the way. Maybe Mayuri wants a taste of normalcy again, now that the chaos of Kanmon has ended. Can't begrudge her that. That doesn't seem like the right words to use. I stifle a groan and shrug my shoulders. Back to the lab, then. Hey, Orkarin, why did you come with me, Yushi, today? You've never come with me to Kanmon before. You're not interested in moe, right? I like robot anime. But not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for coming on each year, like Daru and Mayuri do. So why did you come with me today? Well, to confirm your death? Those words pop in my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember? Well? I just felt like it. Oh. Ellipses. Suddenly silence. A down hard frown replaces the usual smile on Mayuri's face. Did my answer upset her? It's not like I could tell her the truth. How do you tell someone they're going to die? Lukaku. Frankly, you try to smooth things over. Thought maybe you'd manage to get Lukaku to cosplay, so I came to laugh at him. Too bad he didn't come. Yeah, Lukaku would be super popular if he did come, though. People would take his picture and post it all over the internet, then everyone in the world would see how cute he is. And after he became a superstar, maybe she would see him on TV and think, wow, he's gone so far. It's scary because it's true. Orkarin? Suddenly Mayuri turns around and peeks at my face as she walks backwards. Thank you for today. Why are you thanking me? Well, like I said, this is the first time Orkarin's ever come to Kanmon with me. It made Mayushi really happy. Smiling fine returns to Mayuri's face. Ah, but you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time. Yeah, I'll think about it. That's right, don't think negative thoughts. Think about a fun, bright future. Really? You'll cosplay for me? Only if you cosplay too. Lukaku too, and Christina of course. Convince them to cosplay first. If you manage that, then I, the great and insane mad scientist Hoyuin Kiyoma, will grace Kanmon with my august presence. The next Kanmon takes place this winter. We'll all be there, as if none of this ever happened. All of us laughing and smiling together. Just imagine a future like that. Wow, that's gonna be tough. But it sounds really fun too. Besides, I think Chris-chan secretly wants to cosplay, so there's hope. Mayushi's gonna do her best. We arrive at the lab. I look up at the second floor, but there's no lights in the window. Oddly enough, there's nobody out here today. I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Miyoka going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Miyoka and Tenonji, but that has already been undone. This is a new world line. The rounds are still alive and they're still after the time loop machine. Wait here, Mayuri. I motion her to sit and wait at the bench in front, then I carefully check the area. I know my efforts are likely futile. Still, I want to do anything I can. Anything to give Mayuri a chance, however small, of surviving on this world line. Something tells me it would be foolish to go straight up to the lab. So first I decided to check the streets for any suspicious people. I walked down the streets towards Kuramashi Dori, careful to Osuke Mayuri in sight. Suddenly a white station wagon parked at the end of the street fires its engine and takes off in our direction. What? I can see it clearly through the window. The man in the driver's seat is unfamiliar, but I've seen that station wagon before. It's the same one Miyoka used to run us over on a previous world line. The same one Tennoji used to transport the IBM 5100. Now it's burning down at me at full speed. I'm at the center of the road. There's nowhere to run. Station wagon flips on its high beams, instantly turning my vision white. Can't move. It's all happening too fast. I expected an ambush inside the lab. Instead, I'm facing a charging car. What do I do? I'm fine. I won't die. This world line has approved that fate. No, wait. What day is it? This is the first time I've made it to the 17th. Does that mean my death is still undecided? Will I die in Yuri's place? That'll save her. That'll end this, then maybe it's for the best. No. I don't want to die yet. Two contradictory emotions cloud in my mind. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Will I be the one to die? Orkarin! Oh no, she pushed me. Something slams into my back. She pushed me out of the way. She pushed me out of the way so that I wouldn't get hit, but she did. Lying on the side of the road. My whole body hurts, but I don't appear to be seriously injured. Someone save me. I look to see station wagons tail light disappearing around the corner. They're lying in the center of the road. It's Mayuri. Mayuri! Run to her side. Mayuri is bleeding from the head. The pavement is slick with blood. Did she protect me? But that's not what I wanted. I lift her body up in my arms. Her eyes twitched and slowly opened. Come in. Mayuri, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Her hand wanders as if seeking something. It reaches for a starry sky. Her eyelids are heavy. They could close any second now. Still, she looks straight into my eyes. For some reason, she smiles. Finally, Mayushi was useful to Orkarin. What? Stardust handshake. Delicate fingers grasp at the sky, but all they find is empty air. Her arm goes limp. Grab her hand before it hits the ground. Mayuri is no longer breathing. I've seen her die countless times, but this time it's too much. This time it's all my fault. I embrace Mayuri's tattered body, her lifeless, motionless, tattered body. Clench my jaw and bite back my tears. Mayuri. You can't see the stars from here. How could this happen? Why did she have to die like this? What possible meaning could this death have? Yes, it happened because fate demanded it. Yes, her death is unavoidable, the result upon which this world line converges. I knew from the beginning that this would happen, but I never imagined that she would die saving me, and with a smile on her face. What do you mean you were finally useful? Tell me, Mayuri. There's no future for Mayuri in this world line, and that brings me once again to the choice. Do I turn to the beta world line, killing Kurisu, Or do I leave things as they are and accept Mihiri's death? You can't run away. I'm the one who twisted fate. I'm the one who must decide. Well, you're time leaping, so I'm guessing... Oh boy. The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of Randakai after going back 56 hours with 2 time leaps. I lean against the wire fence and stretch out my legs as I look out to the sky. I want more time to think. That's why I came back. Last time I spent 2 days refusing to face reality. But there's no longer any option now that I'm confirmed Mayuri's death. This time I need to reach a decision. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. From a purely alternation viewpoint, I should choose the beta world line where Sir never creates a dystopia. But it's not that simple. Not for me. There must be some other way. According to Suzuha, 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. Big divergence had already commenced by the time I sent the email reporting Kurisu's death. So when did the divergence begin? Can't say for sure, but I think it was the moment we completed the phone wave. That was around the middle of July. Dara and I deemed it a failure right after completion. By the time Kurisu was killed, there was already a huge divergence at the attractor field level. Now that I think about it, Ria Steiner activated that day when I sent the email that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian vehicle on the main streets of Akiba suddenly vanished. It feels so long ago. But now I'll finally explain it. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World Line. On the Beta World Line, where it all began. Suzuha didn't arrive in her time machine. Dr. Nakabashi's conference went ahead as planned, and the flow of the tourists and shoppers throughout Akiba was unimpeded. But when I sent the email, events changed on a huge scale, from my perspective at least. On the World Line, Suzuha crashed her time machine on the roof of Randakai. Nakabashi's presentation was cancelled in the port, and this part of Akiba was closed to traffic. Because I was out on the street when the world line changed, it appears to me as if thousands of people suddenly vanished. The truth is that they were never there to begin with. Like a magician's trick, it's so obvious once you understand how it works. The real problem is the timing of the email. I moved to the Alpha World Line after Christy died. If I had sent the email before she died, then I might have been able to intervene even now on this world line. But no, that would defy causality. I sent that email because I knew I sent that email because I saw Kurisu's body. That's the way it has to be. That's the way it has to be. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. It definitely wasn't suicide. What if I identify the murderer and send them an email warning them off? Would that prevent her death? I mean, no one has tried to kill her on this world line, have they? Maybe there's a chance. However, to send that email, I would first have to move to the Beta World Line. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. I've already seen Mayuri die countless times. Every time I try to prevent it, failed. I understand all too well. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. Can't save Kurisu. There you are. I thought I was alone, but it seems that I was wrong. Turn around, seeing Kurisu standing in the open door. I avert my eyes. I can't look at her in the face, not now. What are you doing here? Nothing. How do you know I was here? You said you wanted to be alone. I ran the numbers and calculated that I had the greatest probability of finding you here. Then leave me alone. You don't have to look for me. I'm not a lost little boy. Hey, is that how you treat someone who's worried about you? Not that I'm worried about you or anything. As she gets herself flustered, Kurisu sighs and puts on a serious expression. I was going to leave you alone at first, but you've been acting weird the last couple days. I mean, you're always weird,
but more than usual. You look like a kid forced to eat crappy oatmeal. What happened?
Nothing.
Then why did you cancel the cracking of CERN?
You're the one who said we shouldn't.
Oh, so you're afraid of triggering arrest flags. I get it.
You should praise me for obeying the law for a change.
That's not like you at all. What happened to your ego? What happened to the same mad scientist Hoyuen Kyo?
To hell with my ego. This time, it's not that simple. I have forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save Miyuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare. I have to choose which friend to let die. It would be so much easier if I knew what was right.
Which friend to let die? What are you talking about?
I'm just a student, Christina. You know? The insane man scientist Hoyuen Kiyoma? That's just a fantasy. A character I made up. I bet you had no idea.
I had figured that out when we first met.
When we first met? What if I hadn't found Chris's body back then? Let's try imagining that situation. If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before this seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come to the lab. Ultimately, we would have never built the time leap machine, leaving me without the means to save Miyuri. And of course, Kurisu would not have become our friend. We would not be as close as we were right now.
Tell me, Okabe, what do you mean?
Can't meet her questioning gaze. Do I have to tell you?
You've never hesitated to ask me for help before. Don't hold back now.
That's not what this is about. Then prepare yourself. What I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. And it could also be your death sentence.
Eh?
Cruz's voice cracks a little. Remember what I told you before. When we deleted the D-mail from CERN's database, we'll reach the Beta World line, where Mayuri doesn't die.
And where CERN doesn't take over the world, right? Everyone lives, everyone's free. You made it sound perfect.
Perfect? It's anything but. I showed you the first D-mail, didn't I? The one that started it all? On the Beta World line, the events described in that D-mail actually happened. Kurisu is a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. Kurisu, on the Beta World line, you die on July 28th. And according to the attractor field model, nothing can prevent that from happening. If I want to save Miri, I have no choice but to let you die. Kurisu says nothing. What expression is she making now? I ironically sneak to look at her face. She's staring out across the seascape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting. Kurisu is always like this. Always calm, no matter what. It's hard to believe she's younger than me. Her soft chestnut hair blows in the wind. She lifts a hand to hold it down.
Hey, Okabe? How credible do you find this attractor field model?
Credible?
It's all second-hand info from John Tyler, from Amane-san, isn't it? I get that's the accepted model in 2036. But how exactly did scientists prove the existence of attractor fields?
Are you trying to say the model may be wrong? But I know for certain that convergence exists. I've experienced it firsthand.
Even if they're right about convergence, what about the relationship between world lines?
The moment I change world lines, everything is reconstructed, past, present, and future.
That's just from your perspective, Okabe. Once you go to the Beta World line, the me that your brain perceives will die. In other words, your perspective will change the world. Will have chosen the world line where I die instead of the one where I don't. However, why can't the world your brain preserves be different from the world my brain preserves? Brains. I forgot our specialty was neuroscience. So you're saying world lines are independent? Like trains, maybe. Trains? Let me give you an easy example. Chrissy takes out her phone and starts fiddling with it. If I want to take the train from Akiba to Yokohama, which route should I use? I didn't know you were a rail fan. It's just an example. Jeez. I don't know why, but I imagine her with Laura Bailey's voice. Like, I kind of imagine her with Rise's voice. I've never seen the anime. I don't know if there's an English adaptation of it. There might be. But I haven't heard their voices or anything. So, but I highly doubt there's an English adaptation if they didn't have the English voices used for the game. Which I kind of find that a little weird that if they did have the English version of the anime. Unless they decided to release the game first before they did the anime English version. I don't know. And if that's different with Steins Gate 0, when that comes out, if it's English or if it's all in Japanese. Like Psychopass. I don't know if Psychopass is going to have English or Japanese voices. And it all depends if it does or doesn't. Well, we'll see. You choose to take the Yanabado line to Tokyo Station. Then transfer to Tokyo-do main line for the rest of your trip. Kurisu keeps talking as she looks at her phone, apparently reading off an itinerary. But I take the Yanabado line to Osaki, then transfer to Shonon Shinjuku line. Another person, say Hashida-san, might decide to take the Keni Tohoku line for some reason. And Mary might ride the Shinkanshi from Tokyo. You and I ride the same train until Tokyo Station, but from there we ride different lines, while still aiming for the same destination. And that applies to the universe. You're claiming the existence of parallel worlds. I like to use my imagination too sometimes. But where's the proof of that? There's only one world. Suzuha said so. Then there's Reed and Steiner. In other words, an unknown time traveler and your unexplainable superpower. But we knew Suzuha. There's no way to prove that she was Hashidan's daughter or anything she said about 2036 either, not without going there ourselves. And if Reed and Steiner is what you say, then it means that your subjective experience influences the memories of every single human being. That's completely absurd, Okabe. If it's true, then you're literally a god. But there's no gods in reality. The world doesn't revolve around you. It's just your brain making you believe it does. If that makes you this world's god, then I must be a god too. My brain's just as big as yours. What are you trying to say? Let's say you chose the world line where I die. That doesn't mean I have to do the same. Fact is, I'm standing here right now, observing the world with my own subjectivity. I've been yawning a lot in these videos, haven't I? So strange. I already explained on World Line where I don't die. I already exist on World Line where I don't die. Even if your perspective shifts to the Beta World Line, my perspective might remain here. It's a question for where the soul lies, and I won't let you have your way with my soul. No true scientist would accept a hypothesis that flimsy. But there's a chance I'm right. So you have nothing to worry about. Kurisu smiles. How could she smile? I just told her that she's going to die. The problem is that you don't want to let me die, right? But if my hypothesis is correct, I'll still be alive on another possible world line. So there's no reason to be afraid. It's just a hypothesis. The same is true for attractive fields. It hasn't been proven. Even if someone did prove it by 2036, that doesn't help us here in the present. In other words, anything is possible. Creasy turns her back at me after finishing. It's an armchair theory. Daring armchair theory that could, quite possibly, render meaningless everything I've done up to now. How could Creasy stay so calm? She's just an 18-year-old girl. You really don't have to worry about me, Okabe. It would just hurt my pride if you did. Don't say it like that. Hello? Ah. Mayuri? Yeah. Display on the screen is Mayuri's face, devoid of its usual brightness for some reason. What's wrong? I heard from Daru-kun that Orkarin's been acting strange. Miyushi was so preoccupied with Kamimon she didn't really notice. Even though she usually notices that right away when Orkarin's not happy. I'm sorry, Orkarin. Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong. Did something happen? Orkarin? I can't tell her. I can't. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be. There's nothing wrong. Oh. You know, you used to talk to me usually about a lot of things, remember? Like, the organization's 4 leaders. Their names are Bach Turkish, Virginia Burp, Balloon Drag Queen, and Wide-Eye Gore, right? Black Tortoise, Vermilion Bird, Blue Dragon, and White Tiger. Holy shit! These are the 4 things they used in Final Fantasy Type 0 as their things. We play as the Vermilion Birds, and we were up against the White Tiger of Illies, I think, I don't know, and the Asura Blue Dragons. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, that. You know, it was really fun talking to Orkarin about stuff like that. But now, Orkarin, if Miyushi's a burden, just say so, okay? What? I never. Hey, I'm hanging up now. If you feel like talking to Miyushi about anything, just call, okay? Turtaru! She hung up on me. What did Mayuri say? How are you a burden? Don't say things like that, damn it! Why is she only serious at times like this? A burden, huh? I never felt Mayuri was a burden. Not once. Then you should tell her that. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. She never looks like she's thinking anything. And yet she saw me my doubt. Either way, I can't tell her the truth. Okabe. Creasy sighs and glares at me. The old you wouldn't have worried about anything. Anyway, you should go see Mayuri. I'm sure she has a lot to say. She's right. Even if I didn't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. I'll propose my decision and go to see Mayuri. Let's keep going. It's afternoon on the first day of Kamimon, and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. Of course, the industrial booths and cosplay areas are still packed, but at least I don't have to wait in line to get in. I've been trying to get in touch with Mayuri for a while now, but she hasn't responded. I checked with Daru, but he hasn't seen her today either. Cosplay ends at 4 p.m. I focused on searching the cosplay area until then, but I still can't find her. Maybe she finished early and went home. Try calling her home. No luck. They haven't seen her since she left this morning. Where is she? I'm always afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off of her. It's like that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've been so close for so long. I saw Mayuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. Maybe that's made me overprotective. But I don't care how other people see us. Just can't leave Mayuri alone. I step into the cemetery. The final resting place of Mayuri's beloved grandmother. When was the last time I came here? For about a year after Mayuri became my hostage, I'd periodically accompany her here. But I don't think I've seen her since I entered high school. Been here since I entered high school. So it's been about 3 or 4 years. As I get closer to Mayuri's grave, I begin to hear a voice. It's Mayuri. I recognize her voice anywhere. Sounds like she's talking to someone. I approach quietly.
Oh, this is so cute.
Hey, Granny. Mayuri's standing there talking to the grave. Or at least she hasn't disappeared. I decided to watch silently from a short distance away. I've been having scary dreams lately. For a second I wondered if she's learned to commune with the dead, but no, she's just talking to herself. In my dreams, bad things keep happening to me. Oh no, is she remembering the other world lines? Like someone shoots me, or a car hits me, or I get ran over by a train. What? Don't tell me. It's so real. It hurts so much and I feel so sad, and I try to call for help but nothing comes out. Why do you think I'm having these dreams? Does she remember her deaths? All of them? Is she inheriting memories like I do? And you know they always end the same way. Maybe she's crying and Orkarin comes to save me. Maybe she tries to say thank you, Orkarin, but Orkarin can't hear my voice. He holds Mayushi and makes a very sad face like he's going to cry, but he never does, you know? I can tell he's forcing himself not to cry. Come to think of it. Both Ferris and Lukaku remember their memories from before the past changed. I used to think that memories couldn't be shared between world lines. I used to think that was the exception with Reed Steiner. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe everyone has the same power, and the only difference is how strong it is. Maybe Reed Steiner is nothing special at all after all. That makes Mayushi even more sad. I try to say sorry, but he still can't hear. And that's when I wake up.
And that's when I sneeze right about now. Sorry about that. I'm glad when I'm able to mute the mic before my sneezes. Those are just awful sneezes, and no one needs to hear those.
Why am I having these dreams? I failed so many times to save her. I've watched her die again and again.
Everything I've done has been to prevent that from happening.
And yet, have the memories of those deaths been tormenting her as she sleeps? I bite my lip in frustration. I still have a terrible decision to make. Do I save Mayuri, or do I save Kurisu? There's no perfect ending here. I can't save them both. It's one or the other. If I chose Kurisu, then Mayuri's dreams will become reality. I don't want Mayuri to feel any pain. Till now I've thought only of saving her. That was my goal. But at the same time I can't let Kurisu die. And I'm going to sneeze again right about now.
I'm glad you can tell when you sneeze, but there's sometimes where they come up to you sneakily. But, like, that sneeze I could tell because I was feeling a really light tickle. Not a light tickle, but it was, like, really tickling my right nostril. Felt weird.
Again, my thoughts hit the same dead end. Mayuri hasn't noticed me yet. She's still staring at the sky, just as she was the day I took her hostage. She's thinking of her grandmother in heaven. Oh, right. We have a lot more lab M's now, you know. There's Chris-chan, Miyoka-san, Luka-kun, and Ferris-chan. There's also Suzu-san, but she moved away.
Hold the tick here. We didn't make them as lab members in this world line, did we? As a matter of fact, I think the only ones, the only one we made was Kurisu, not any of the other ones. Like, not. Well, I don't know what happened because I don't remember what happened between like the days before we went to the different world lines and such. So
that makes 8 of us. It's really amazing. In this world line, they all became lab members. However, not a single one of them has sent a D-mail. No, it's just Orkarin and Mayushi at first. Back then, Orkarin seemed kind of bored most of the time. But now, he's having so much fun.
Is that how she sees it? Well, she's not wrong. She really does know me, doesn't she?
That makes Mayushi happy too. It's so busy, but it's really exciting. Especially now that Christian is here. She's really smart, you know. She got a paper published in the famous magazine. Miyushi really admires her. She even made a time machine. Oh, but can't forget Orkarin and Daru-kun helped too. Then Mayuri falls silent. Her gaze becomes distant. She stands still and looks up to the sky. What could she be thinking? But you know, sometimes I remember. Back when it was just the two of us. When Mayushi had only just become Orkarin's hostage. I'd go to the lab after school, but Orkarin wouldn't be there. So I'd tidy up the room and decorate it with cute things. Then Orkarin would finally show up a little later. Mayushi would say, "Welcome back." But instead of saying, "I'm back," Orkarin would say, Good work, like a big boss or something. Every day we spent a few hours just hanging out, doing nothing, and then we'd go home together. We didn't talk much, but it wasn't bad. We were just there, together, you know. We'd sit next to each other on the sofa. Orkarin would work on his big plans, and Mayushi would read manga or play games. And sometimes we'd have a snack together. It was so nice and relaxing. I never wanted to leave. I'd start feeling like a real hostage, and I'd laugh to myself. And Orkarin would turn to me and say, "I remember." It was 4 months ago, still spring. The lab wasn't as lively as it is now. It was an isolated bubble of slow-moving time. Did something good happen? Yep, well, not really, but kinda. It must have been an illusion. We could be under attack from Illusion Conductor, one of the organization's fear's agent. Oh, gotta be careful then. But you know, I'm sure that Mr. Illusion Kid Hugger... Conductor, not Kid Hugger. I'm sure he's not a bad guy. It was nothing. Just immediate, meaningless chatter to pass the time. I felt so happy there. So happy I could cry. I wanted to stay like that forever. But that doesn't mean I don't like how things are now, okay? Mary shakes her head in denial. Finally, she stood up, looking at the sky, and bows her head instead. You know, I haven't talked to Orkarin much lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely. It's true, I haven't had time to talk to her lately. That's because I've been fighting to prevent her death. To keep her dreams from coming true. So that Mayuri will keep smiling. I never again wanted to see her cry like she did on that day her grandmother died. But you know, I don't want to be a burden to on Orkarin. That word again. Burden. Never thought of her as a burden. Maybe she's just one big nuisance, isn't she? Granny? Mayuri lifts her face once more. I can't stay like this forever, can I? Of course you can. Huh? When I finally speak to Mayuri, she turns my way with a surprised expression. Her face is so soft, so innocent. Slowly her lips curl into a smile. It's Orkarin! Wow, how'd you know I was here? I always know where my hostage is. Hostage? You cannot escape my grasp. Not ever. Oh. But don't wear yourself out, okay? Maybe she's a little worried. Oyunikiyoma is not so weak as to require your concern. When the time's come, I'll tell you everything. Huh? So stay with me until then, like you always have. Okay. Mary stands up and turns to the grave once more. As an offering, she leaves a brand new white lily as well as some dango dumplings. Let's head back, Orkarin. Shall we get some dango for ourselves first? Back when we used to visit the cemetery together, it was part of our daily routine to eat dango on the way back. Of course! Aww. That was a nice one. That was a man. Man, oh man, this is we're locked into Mayuri's ending. We are locked in. Like, we are going to end the game. But when? In the next part or in the part after that? I don't know. But that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Steins Gate. In the next part, we continue down this path that we've made for ourselves. I wonder if like this dialogue would change or be different. I'm pretty sure it's like with in the last chapter where we chose to not send the email or send the email first. It all depends from that, I'm sure, as well. So yeah. So anyway, guys, in the next part of Let's Play Steins Gate, we continue down the path. Like I said, I think I already did this, didn't I? But yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked that video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video, and let me know which world line would you choose. It's really hard. Like, would you go alpha or beta? Who would you save, Kurisu or Mayuri? It's a really hard and tough choice. But yeah. As always, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RPG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again. I'll see you all next time.